So I'm just getting ready for work, and I washed my hair this morning with some Head & Shoulders shampoo in an attempt to lighten my hair color. And it doesn't really look like it made a difference at all, although I did see a lot of color running down the drain, but visually it doesn't really look that different. But I'm going to try using it every day until I dye my hair, and I'm also going to try using a color remover. But I do want to dye my hair this weekend, so I kind of got to hurry. Like, it's already Friday, and so I don't know, maybe I'll pick something up after work, because I also need to buy more blonde hair dye. So maybe I'll swing by Superstore or something after work and try to find a color remover if I can, and pick up some blonde dye. So that is the plan. Oh, and also the Head & Shoulders shampoo made my hair super soft for some reason, because I barely used any of it because I tried using it once because I was going through like this dry scalp phase. But it was making my scalp super oily, so I just stopped using it, and then my dandruff just resolved itself on its own in like a week later. And so it's just been sitting in my closet. So when I use it today, I made sure to then use my normal shampoo after, just because, like, I don't know, the Head & Shoulders is weird. But my hair turned out super soft, which is really surprising. So I just got off work, and I'm on my way to Superstore to look for hair dye and hopefully a color remover. And my coworker reminded us all that today is pie day, so I'm gonna get some pie for me and Christine. So I was going to film in the hair dye aisle at Superstore, but there were 2 other customers plus an employee was restocking stuff, and so I was like, hell no, I'm not vlogging in here. Ew, what is in my hair? Anyways, I actually noticed this morning I said it didn't really look like my hair had faded. I think I can notice a slight difference. Now that I'm in this lighting again, I'm like, no, it hasn't changed. But when I was at work and when I was in the bathroom, I was like, holy crap, my hair looks faded. I mean, it always looks bad in that lighting, but it looked a little bit more bad maybe. Like maybe the ends and like the front bits were a little bit lighter. I don't know. I probably should use the Head & Shoulders a few more times, but I'm really impatient and I want to start dyeing my hair tomorrow, because I was thinking I'd use the color remover and the blonde dye tomorrow and then do the teal color on Sunday. I don't have the color I want though. I want Fishbowl, and Special Effects is still sold out of it. Even if they were in stock today, it would take 2 weeks for it to even get to me. So I'm going to use the colors I have. I have Blue Haired Freak and Iguana Green. So usually I just put in the tiniest amount of the Iguana Green because it's like a really powerful color. But the Blue Haired Freak is a pretty dark blue, so I'm going to try just mixing in more conditioner than I usually put in to try and lighten it a lot, because if I use the color remover and if I'm able to somehow successfully lighten my hair, if I just put dark color on top of it, I've just ruined all my efforts. So I'm going to try to mix in more conditioner than usual, because I know people who do pastel colors just mix normal colors with a crap ton of conditioner, and that's how they get pastel colors. So I don't think it'd be too bad if I just mixed a lot of conditioner, and I usually do put in a big chunk of conditioner, but I'm just going to put in more. And that's how much I do things until I can get my hands on that Fishbowl. Because initially I'd mix Fishbowl and Sonic Green. Sonic Green's a teal, and Fishbowl is like a lighter turquoise color. But it was a little bit too green for my liking, so that's why I bought the Blue Haired Freak. So I'm going to try to use Fishbowl and Blue Haired Freak, but mostly Fishbowl in the future when I get my hands on the Fishbowl. Anyways, I'm like so impatient. I want to dye my hair. But anyways, I'll show you the dye I got. Unfortunately, it wasn't on sale. It does go on sale somewhat often, so I'm kind of kicking myself. I knew I was going to have to dye my hair soon, so I should have been keeping an eye out on the dye. Like every time I go for groceries, I should have been checking to see if it was on sale. But I was dumb and didn't do that, so I had to buy both things at full price. So this is the color I normally get. I did try a lighter color a couple times, and it would kind of burn my scalp a little bit, because even though you're not supposed to, I do put it right on my scalp just to get right. I like to get all the roots right down to the scalp. I don't care. You're not supposed to put hair dye on your scalp. I do it anyways. So this kind does not burn my scalp at all. Ooh. And the other color just lightened my hair slightly more than this did. So I'm like, whatever. I might as well just go for the kind that doesn't burn my scalp. And then for the first time ever, I got hair color remover. And it's actually not supposed to be used on the kind of hair dye I use. It's for permanent hair colors. and mine is not. And I'm gonna use it anyway because I heard it can still kind of work depending on exactly what color and what brand you used. It can lighten it. It might just not be as effective as it would be if you used it on a permanent hair color. Mine's semi-permanent, so it probably won't work as well. But it should hopefully still lighten my hair color somewhat. So I'm gonna try it. And it also, like, the bottles inside are pretty small. I'm kind of worried because it says on the side, if you have long hair, you might need 2 boxes or 2 bottles. But I don't want to spend another $12 on another box of these because the hair dye was $12 and this was $12. It sucks because the hair dye usually goes on sale for $8.99. So yeah, if it was on sale, I would have bought a second one. But I mean, my hair's not that thick. It's kind of long and it's really thin. So I think I can maybe get away with 1 bottle. I hope so anyway. So I'm going to try that tomorrow, I think. See how it goes. Also, since it's pie day, I got a pie. Oh, come on now. I've got to set my camera down. Sorry, blackness on the couch. All right, I got, wait, what the hell? Chair, oh my God. Oh my gosh. I thought I grabbed strawberry rhubarb. They must have been right beside each other and they're both red. Oh man, whatever. I'm sure cherry's delicious too. I usually get strawberry rhubarb. Ah! I think I'm actually gonna hide the pie and wait to see if Christian mentions anything about pie day. Like maybe he'll say, oh, we should have got a pie, it's pie day. And then I'll be like, I did get a pie, surprise! And then that'll be super awesome. Okay, where do I want to hide it? I feel like nowhere in the kitchen is safe. Well, mostly just because there's not room. There's not really any room anywhere. I thought this was a pretty good spot, but he's taller than me, so he would totally see it from the side. Oh. Well, I guess it's going in with the bras. Like, seriously, I was responsible for supper for the last 2 nights! And look how many dishes there are that Christian did not wash. Although, to be fair, when he didn't have a job, I didn't always do the dishes, so sometimes he would end up washing. Like, usually, if you're the person who cooks, you don't have to wash the dishes. But when he would cook, when he didn't have a job, I would maybe wash the dishes only half the time. But I didn't actually feel that bad about it because he didn't have a job at all. So it's not like he had anything to do the next day, so I didn't feel bad about it. But now that we both have jobs, it's only fair that if the person who didn't cook washes the dishes. I actually teased him about it last night. I said, oh, I guess I won't be able to make supper for you tomorrow night because there's no clean dishes, at least not any pots and pans. Oh dear. You know how I said yesterday I thought the maintenance people came in to check my apartment to see if anything needed fixing? Now I'm not so sure they actually came, even though they said on the card they were coming March 13th. If they did come in, they probably would have left a second card because they have another card that's like, we entered your suite on this day and for this reason. Like, they'll leave a notice if they did enter your suite and you weren't home. So they give you the advance notice and then they give you the notice after the fact. And I didn't get anything like that, so I'm not so sure they actually came. Today was pretty fun because every 2 weeks everyone comes in to get their paychecks because a lot of people work from home. And so a lot of people are there, and so that's fun. And then we look at what's been done so far on the project. And a couple of the voice actors came in today. I've already actually met the one once before, but there was a girl I met who's voicing one of the characters and I never met her before, so that was nice to talk to her. And also my boss got everyone these green mugs for St. Patrick's Day. It's kind of funny. Here, let me dig it out. Just like one of those mugs you can freeze. Kiss me, I'm Irish. And it's like the water. And so everyone got one of those. And beer. He bought beer and just everyone had beer at work. We've actually also done vodka shots before. And anyways, also more booze. I got this bottle of Baylee's because of that Oscar pool that I won. Because when we first did the Oscar pool, when we were filling everything out, my boss said it was just for fun. And then I won. I got like 14 right out of however many there were. And so I just won, and I was like, yeah, glory! Because I actually won both Oscar pools I was in. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to get anything. And then he brought me this today, and he's like, here, this is for winning the Oscar pool. And I was like, ah, Baylee's. Christian's probably going to be home within the next 10 minutes. So my plan is to start doing dishes, like be emptying the dishwasher and filling it. And he'll get home, and he'll see that there's no supper because there's no dishes. Plus, I'll explain how I got home late, and he'll have to help wash dishes before we can cook. Christian just got home and he already said my Bailey's is gonna be empty by tomorrow morning. He's not touching my Bailey's. That is my Bailey's. You know how I know it's mine? It's got my name on it. So I basically just tossed most of my pans in the dishwasher except for my big ass frying pan, which does not fit in there, and I didn't even bother washing it. I just fit whatever could fit into the dishwasher, and that I started it, and I'm not cooking because I have no pans. And my one knife rusted. I normally wash them right away and dry them right away, but I didn't with that one, and I forgot about it, and then since no one did dishes last night, it just rusted, and I'm kind of angry now. I'm just gonna leave this up on my screen and see if he notices. What?
I said it's pie day.
Huh?
Pie.
Oh no.
Oh,
Don't you wish you had some
I
pie?
very miss my pie.
Well, dang it.
Oh.
Oh, look, a pie!
Ah, pie!
You need to explain yourself to the internet.
No.
He always puts his pinky toe up like this. So funny. Alright, so I just dished out the pie. And this happened. This one came out okay, but it's so crumbly, and this was the first piece, and the first piece is always the hardest to get out, and so it just crumbled all to hell. But this one's mostly intact. These are really big pieces because I cut it into 6s, but the 2 pieces right here ended up being super huge, so those are the ones I dished out. But yeah, looks delicious even though I accidentally got cherry. So I'm just preparing all my tax information. So exciting. And I mean, it's going along great. I think I almost have everything, and I have my transit passes. I don't know if they've been claimed in the past because, like I said, I was never in charge of my taxes previously, although I remember mentioning to my mom about my transit passes, but I don't know if the accountant ever found out about it. But I can claim them, so I have them all saved from 2013. And just seeing all these at once, like I fan them out, and it's like, each of the yellow ones cost me $90 each, and each of the red ones cost me $124 each. It's just so much money. Anyways, the last thing I think I need to do is figure out what to do with my YouTube income. Like, I didn't even make that much in 2013, but I figured I might as well report it anyways. But I have no kind of like statements to show what I made, so just kind of like, I can do a screen grab and print it, but I don't know what just to do. I don't think it really needs any kind of official documentation, but it's just really weird to me. I've never done this before. And also, I've researched things about paying taxes on YouTube income in Canada, and I guess it's a real gray zone. And like, everyone's stories that I've read were like, yeah, the accountant had no idea what to do with that. I'm like, oh, that's great. So we'll see how Monday goes. Ugh. That actually took me a little while to get all the information sorted and printed and add it all up, because some of my money comes from AdSense, some of it comes from Fullscreen. AdSense reports in Canadian dollars, Fullscreen reports in US dollars, so then I had to go into my PayPal to see what the amount was from Fullscreen in Canadian dollars, and it was just like, so many places to go and things to add up and figure out, and so I got it all sorted out. Falling asleep on the floor as usual. I'm gonna call it a night and edit this tomorrow morning like I usually do, Friday to Saturday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And I actually really like the way it looks. So these are, it's just a little simple face I did. I never used to draw noses like this. I still don't draw them like that half the time, but I've been drawing characters with fuller lips lately. So I combined kind of like the older eyes I used to do with sort of the newer lips and everything.